Hey everybody, this is Steve Krause. I'm coming to you today from my basement as usual. Just want to give you a little update on some stuff that's going on in class and things that have been done lately. First thing is the blog grades are done. I finished reading through everybody's blogs and posting a very brief comment and a grade that's available on the EMU Online website through the gradebook. Two most important things about the blog assignments that I want to remind everybody of. First off is that what I'm trying to see here is the level of engagement that you have with the reading, and I'm trying to gauge from your blog posts questions that you have about the reading, things that you're thinking about the reading, about the assignments, and things like that. The second thing is trying to read these things to find out if you've done them on time. And to tell the truth, I think that of those two things, the most important thing is that you actually do them on a timely basis. I'd rather you do kind of a, not completely thought out, not completely done and polished blog entry in a timely fashion than to not do the blog entries at all. And basically, if you don't do the blog entries, you lose the points. If you do the blog entries, you get the points. For the first semester, blog entries are done. There's no way to make up that part of the grade, so the best advice I have for you at this stage is to focus on the blog entries that are coming up for the second part of the term. Okay, that's the blogs. Second thing is about participation grades. I've also given everybody a participation grade. If you didn't get a participation grade from me, it's because you didn't send me an email explaining what grade you think you ought to get for participation. Remember, as I said before, the way this works is that you have to start the dialogue. You have to basically say, this is the grade I think I ought to get and why. Do that soon so that I can give you a participation grade for the first part of the term. Participation is also like the blog entries in the sense that that's now done. So the first part of the term is over, and that grade will stay as it is. And there's another grade for the second part of the term. So the best advice I have is to focus on, doing. If you got a good grade for participation, doing what you did before. If you weren't as happy with your participation grade, do things to improve it. A lot of people noted in the participation grades that they were feeling very overloaded this term, that they were taking so many different hours and they had so many different things going on in their lives, and they were taking too many classes and everything else. I sympathize with that, but I just want to remind everybody that this is one of the reasons why at the very beginning of the semester I warned people about the nature of the online class. It does take at least as much time to succeed in an online class as it takes to succeed in a face-to-face class. It probably takes more time. You can shift time, but you can't really save time by taking a class online. So keep that in mind as the rest of the semester goes on. Hopefully, by this point in time, people have kind of figured out how to manage these things. If you run into more problems, then you may want to, I don't know, I mean, you might have to think in terms of like what other sorts of things can you do in your life to succeed in the online class and to keep your job and to deal with the kids and everything else. Okay, so those are the grades that are done. A few updates. The visual rhetoric assignment, I've posted my notes and comments and places to talk about McLeod. If you get a chance, do watch the TED video that I have for the first unit for McLeod. I think it's actually very entertaining and interesting, and he really gets into the comic stuff discussion in the second part of that video, so do watch that. It's worth 18 minutes of your time. The blog assignments are linked there. If you keep having questions about Flickr or you want to keep playing around with that, post it to the previous spot on the Visual Rhetorica tab where it's where you're posting about questions and answers about Flickr. So far, it seems like people are basically getting it, but you need to make sure that you understand how to make a set, because that is essentially what your comic is going to be. The schedule for the Visual Rhetoric unit is the one that's on the Visual Rhetoric unit, the gray tab that's on that part of the website, that's the correct schedule. If you're looking some other place, like for example under the collaborative movie project, I haven't updated that tab yet, so that schedule there is not correct. I think that the main overall schedule is not correct because I believe I updated that. But anyways, take a look at that. Next week, this is Friday, March 6th. Next week, we're going to be reading through McLeod, and the week after that, we'll be doing peer review, and I believe that the Visual Rhetoric project assignment, I think, is due on March 23rd. Last thing I'll mention is the grading does continue. I'm grading right now the style essays. And what you're going to get from me with these is something a little bit different in terms of a grading process. The first essay I always like to write comments on the text itself. The second essay I provide audio comments. which basically what I'll be doing is I'll be reading through your essay and then talking back to your essay in terms of providing comments and feedback. And then the third project, with the visual rhetoric project, I'll give you a choice in terms of what kind of feedback you want on that. Do you want me to give you audio comments like I did with this style essay, or do you want written comments like I did with the Invention and Technology project? Okay, I think that's it for now. I'll see you all online.